Hello and welcome to IABM TV. Today I'm joined by Martin Paskin, Systems Integration Manager at Gearhouse Broadcast. Martin, welcome to IABM TV.
Morning.
Can you start by telling us a bit about Gearhouse, please?
Gearhouse Broadcast is a company owned by Gravity Media Group. We've got a number of companies within the group specialising across various sectors of technical resourcing for the broadcasting industry. That ranges from our Project Solutions group in the UK, which provide technical facilities for large major sporting facilities, such as the US Open that we've just completed for tennis. That team go all over the world providing specialist technology for that. Broadcasting in 4K in some instances, doing proofs of concepts with UEFA, BT Sport, ESPN, etc. We've got our systems integration department, which is I head up the technical side of that, and we do SI all across the world. We've got our rental departments, and we've got our RF solutions, which come out of our Paris office. We've got OB facilities in Australia, 4K OB truck in the US. We're currently working with broadcasters in the US to do remote broadcast in our new Remy trucks. So yeah, we're pretty much providing all the technical resources that you can across the broadcast spectrum. And because we're actually making productions for people, we actually, as well as being a technical resource, we understand what it is that's required to make those programs.
Okay, so you provide new approaches for SI production services and facilities provision.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on what this means?
So, being a systems integrator, part of a larger group of companies, so certainly within the Gearhouse Broadcast group, we're making programs, we have rental departments, and we're able to take that experience and put that into our systems integration. So we understand what it is to actually make programs. We're not just putting equipment in racks and configuring it for the end user. We have a good understanding, we bring that to our partners. Because we've got a large technical resource that we can borrow from our other departments, we're able to maybe do installations quicker. We're currently just doing an installation of a TV studio for LivePoint art productions in Dubai, and that studio should be completed within 13 weeks, which is pretty good, especially considering the lead time for equipment is actually getting longer and longer. So we are able to bring in these resources because we're actually moving equipment all over the world with offices in the US and Australia and France and Doha. We have good logistical people behind us, so we're able to get those that equipment and those systems, which may be part configured in the UK, out across the world quite quickly. So we've built facilities in Sydney, in Johannesburg, and Dubai, all partly configured from the UK. So we bring all that technology together, as well as that. Gravity Media Group also own Hyperactive and Input Media, and both of those organisations actually bring some new dimensions to the group as well.
So Martin, being a global company, what are some of the challenges and how important is it? Presumably working in each different region has its different needs, requirements and challenges.
It does. Having those local people on the ground, understanding their regions, they can bring that to me. Certainly within a systems integration team, you can't always go around the world and say, yeah, we're going to offer you a BBC, Sky style solution, because that's not appropriate to every broadcast in the world. As we all know, broadcast is a very conservative industry and everybody does things in the way they want to do. And obviously, there are local ways and customs that their audience are expecting as well. Yeah. And that actually comes down to the technology. You can't just turn up and install a studio, the same style of studio in every place. Everybody has a different way of their production values.
So would you agree it's very important for you to work really closely with your customers on an ongoing basis, not just at the start and the end?
Absolutely it is, yeah. I mean, we offer them support and we keep supporting them afterwards to make sure that they're actually doing what they want. At the end of the day, their engineering teams are customers for their production teams. So we've got to make, at the end of the day, we're making programs, even if we're just building studios for them, still making programs.
And so what can we expect to see from Gearhouse Broadcast in the future then, Martin?
We're always trying to be innovative. We've been working with a large number of organisations, I've just said just now, UEFA and BT Sport, for instance, where we've been doing some remote production. Recently worked with Sam to do the UEFA final for 4K for BT Sport. That was for remote production, which is very significant. At the Euros last year, we were also working with UEFA to do some remote production style tests. So we're seeing where things work and where they don't work, where we can be innovative, we can bring ideas. A lot of people are still thinking of remote production in a very traditional sense.
Yeah.
We're trying to challenge some of those, saying, you can save a bit more money, you can change some of your working practices to do the same thing. We're also working with new technology vendors such as Perry, where we're trying to use the new technologies for virtualization over IP and doing processing over IP. So it's a really exciting time for us at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, so you recently joined the IABM UK Members Council, Martin. So
Indeed, yes.
What was it that made you want to join that, and what do you think having initiatives like these Members Councils will do?
I think, in particular, this whole IP journey has really shown how the industry started to fragment a little bit, and in some cases maybe a little bit distant from the end users. Mm-hmm. We've certainly seen that 12G SDI, for instance, has become quite prominent again, and that was pretty much driven by the end users, who some of them didn't want to go down the IP route, but still wanted to future-proof their new facilities. And from Gearhouse Broadcast perspective, we're working in productions, we're providing rental facilities, we're building facilities for people. We're a customer and a supplier in this industry. And I think it's quite important that we all unite and we try and provide a front in the industry and bring it all together. The IBM's working very hard with that. So I've been very interested in that personally. And I was asked by a number of people if I put myself forward for the council, and I hope that we can do some good work together.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to working with you, Martin.
Likewise, thank you.
You can find out more about Gearhouse Broadcast at gearhousebroadcast.com.